If you're over 50, the homemade sign on the door doesn't mean fresh on your plate. In the next minutes, we're pulling back the kitchen door on places that batch cook, freeze, and reheat, then sell it as rustic comfort. You'll learn how to spot limp greens, microwave dips, and sodium bombs that push your day's limit in one sitting.
Some of America's fast food giants, their customers are cutting back on spending because the price of dining out has increased nearly 4% over the past year. Nancy Chen is here with a look at how fast food customers are responding.
Of all the times you've made it at home, has it ever tasted like our McMuffin?
It turns out even McDonald's signature McMuffin isn't enough to draw customers in for the most important meal of the day.
Hey, Nate, good morning to you. It is part of a daily routine for so many, a breakfast sandwich there, a salad to go there. But now, as their budgets are ballooning, more people are making food at home or even skipping out on meals altogether.
Stay with me, because knowing the tells could save your blood pressure and your wallet the next time a menu whispers from scratch. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video.
Then they got the little free kids on Tuesdays. They eat free on Tuesdays, stuff like that, so we bring them here.
But Denny's meals, available 24/7, were prepared in the same kitchen alongside live roaches, crawling around on the cook's line, server station, and front counter.
They were repeat violations. You've had issues with roaches before.
I just started with the companies a week ago.
But inspectors didn't just start finding the problems now. Roaches were crawling in the kitchen last year, too.
That's all been taken care of.
Eddie Arizaga introduced himself as the new general manager.
You had roaches and temperature issues.
Not anymore.
Arizaga defended the restaurant, but didn't know much about the recent food safety issues or the state's repeated warnings to clean up.
You walk past the porch chairs and the stone hearth. It smells like Sunday at Grandma's, but your green beans land glossy and sagging. That's not nostalgia. That's steam from a holding pan doing the heavy lifting. Let's start with the frame. The promise is scratch-made comfort, the kind where someone stirred a pot all afternoon. The reality in many home-style spots is pre-cooked parts thawed, reheated, and held in bulk, then plated with folksy flair. The problem nags because it looks right. The solve starts when you can read the tells. Menus boast fresh biscuits and slow-simmered gravy. Temperature logs behind the line show a slower story. Thaw at noon, reheat at 4, hold till close. Those aren't the same. Time fixes a schedule, not flavor. Walk a typical day. Frozen dough goes from case to proofer, then bakes by the tray for hours of service. Gravy comes in heavy bags, hits a pot, then sits hot till ladled. Dips live in quart containers and take a microwave sprint before the table run. Veggies get par-cooked in the morning and wait in hotel pans for their salt and butter finish. Saves labor. It makes every scoop match the photo. It also flattens texture and taste. Here's the health rub for anyone over 50.
And that food at dangerous temperatures. This 24/7 diner is tonight's Dirty Dining Report. After 60 years in business, you'd think all Denny's restaurants around the country would know how to keep food safe. But that's not true for one Bay Area location, repeatedly checked by inspectors for roaches crawling around the food.
When gravy, sides, and bread start with premixes, salt stacks fast. One cozy plate can push past a day's smart target without a single shaker on the table. You've seen the results. Veggie plates that chew like the can. Creamy dips that split into slick oil when nuked. Ribs or fajitas that sizzle loud to hide dry meat and heavy brine. That noise is theater, not freshness. Inspections often flag the same themes. Sketchy cold hold, long hot hold, grimy prep zones. That's a neat recipe for cross-contamination and an upset gut, especially when your system runs slower. The illusion checklist is simple. Big bread smell, flashy steam, thick seasoning, sauced shiny proteins. None prove fresh. Spot the cues. Wilted or waterlogged greens, rubbery chicken rims, broken dips, fries that taste like old oil. 2 or more and you're in reheat country. Now let's move on to what that means for your blood pressure and which menu items do the real damage. What if that light country dinner or sampler plate tops your day's sodium before dessert? For anyone over 50, salt and safe heat aren't nitpicks. They are guardrails. One meal at a home-style or casual chain crosses the line fast when each part arrives pre-seasoned, pre-held, and then salted again at the pass. The entree looks tame. The trap is the sides, sauces, and bread. Each one brings its own salt load. Then the kitchen stacks on a rub, a glaze, a ladle of gravy.
Hochman has also zeroed in on the equipment. His team looked for small changes they could make to save cooking time and money.
So for example, on a burger and fries, sounds simple, right? A lot goes into that. And the fries, what we found was, one, they weren't as hot as they could be.
Was there things about consumer surveys, or what had you seen when you first started that said to you, the food's got to be better and this is what I need to do?
Well, I mean, you could talk to guests, but you also talk to the team members. I mean, the team members would tell you that the food needed to be better. Home office's fault, because we gave them 2 fries to make, so we had a curly fry and a straight fry. So if you just have 1 fry, you can make it hotter and fresher. And then the seasoning process was almost impossible. So after the fries are cooked, they're put on what's called a save-a-week pan, and then they're supposed to take the shaker and do it 30 times.
By the time the plate hits the table, you're past the smart limit and you haven't touched dessert. Let's start with the country plate. Biscuits, gravy, mashed potatoes, country veggies. Pre-mixed bases pack salt so they hold flavor after reheats. Each reheat needs a boost so the salt climbs. At the bar and grill, the appetizer trio isn't lighter. Spinach artichoke dip, mozzarella sticks, sauced wings. Salt from mixes plus fryer oil that's been used all day is a 1-2 hit your system feels. The real kicker is compounding. A steak gets a salty rub. The sides get seasoned. The salad gets a brine cheese and a bold dressing. Even the free bread has a salted top and a butter spread. Add it up and you're past the daily guidance fast. That's the quiet math chains rely on. Now the sizzle. Fajitas or ribs roll out on hot pans, loud and glossy. The meat was often pre-cooked, held, and then re-seared in a salty marinade. The show masks dryness while pushing the sodium even higher. Fresh. No, staged. There's another risk older diners don't need. Inspections flag lukewarm plates and long hot hold. Food that drifts in and out of safe zones is a recipe for a rough night, or worse. Decode the menu. Words like smothered, loaded, signature seasoning, creamy often mean salt-heavy premixes. Ask for nutrition info. If it's vague, assume high. Go safer. Plain grilled protein, dry sides like a baked potato or steamed veg, dressing on the side. Request no added salt and fresh cooked. If they can't do it, that's your answer. So what is the takeaway? Spot the tells, do the quick math, and pick kitchens that cook when you order. The cozy room is a set. The truth is, freezers, premixes, and salt do the work while the decor sells a story. You've seen the tells, wilted greens, lukewarm plates, and that oddly even heat that screams microwave. If this gave you something to chew on, hit like and subscribe, and share it with someone who loves homemade signs more than their blood pressure cuff. Ask how they prep, what's fresh, and if they can go light on salt or serve sauces on the side. You don't need perfect. You need honest kitchens, simple orders, and a few smart questions that keep the comfort without the collateral.